The most developed country in Latin America, Argentina is home to the world's smallest horse, the Falabella. There are many stories about the origins of the famous Falabella. Most say that these small Argentine horses are descendants of the Iberian horses brought to Argentina by the conquistadors when they arrived in the 15th century. After being defeated, they decided to leave their horses behind, which for several centuries evolved in a hostile environment where they bred among themselves. Over time, inbreeding led to a reduction in size, which naturally produced small horses. To better understand the origins of the Falabella, we must go back to the 1840s, when these small horses were discovered by Patrick Newell south of Buenos Aires, probably among the Indians of the Pampas. The latter decided to develop his own herd, selecting the smallest horses he could find. Patrick Newell worked with these little horses, and in order to continue his breeding, he passed on his knowledge to his son-in-law, Juan Falabella. This is how selective breeding began over 150 years ago. A real human chain was then created. In fact, Juan shared his knowledge with his son Emilio, who passed it on to his son, Julio Falabella. For many years, Emilio and Julio Falabella used a wide variety of horses. In order to reduce the size to a minimum, they always kept the smallest horses with the best possible genetic capital. Over time, Emilio and Julio Falabella managed to create tiny horses with very rare colors. In the 1950s, Julio Falabella took over the Falabella farm from his father. Through his dedication and knowledge, he managed to produce perfect miniature horses that were among the smallest in the world. It was from this point that the Falabella family and their miniature horses became popular. It was not uncommon for celebrities, kings, princes, presidents and movie stars to want to buy one. The work of the Falabella family was rewarded in 1973 when the Falabella became an official breed. The Falabella is the result of crossing the Shetland, Appaloosa, Pinto and Criollo with small local horses. He was also influenced by the Arabian and the Thoroughbred. The Falabella is considered a miniature horse and not a pony, as it does not have the attributes of dwarfism like the Shetland sheepdog. Faults sometimes encountered in the breed are a heavy neck, a large head, a small hindquarters and deformed legs. The spotted coats, which are the most sought after, have been subjected to special selection by Julio Falabella. All colors are allowed in the genealogical register, the most common being bay and black. It generally has a height of between 63 and 86 centimeters, for an average weight of 80 kilograms. The Falabella is a calm and intelligent horse, who has a lot of energy to express, but who never loses his natural gentleness. It can exceed 40 years without health problems. Moreover, the gestation of mares can last 2 months longer than other breeds of horses. As it has lost its ability to carry a rider, it is often considered a pet, for children and adults alike. It is sometimes used for shows, presentations and in circuses. Today, the Falabella is still raised on the farm of the same name in Argentina. But the uncrossed Falabella has become quite rare. According to the census made in Argentina in the 2000s, there would only be 600 pure horses. The Falabella is present throughout the South American continent, in the United States, Canada and Europe. The Falabella, which is still the most famous miniature horse in the world, is coveted by passionate breeders who are able to pay a lot of money for a particularly small Falabella, like Einstein with his 35 centimeters at the withers.